As it turns out, humans and every carnivore on Earth are the only animals in the entire universe that eat meat. The aliens are more or less concerned. The worst world in the galaxy was Earth. The Galactic Conclave members were nearly unanimous in this opinion. After the results of the Sol System survey were reviewed, the GC authorized a second survey with a mix of morbid curiosity and horrified fascination. The second survey confirmed what the first had found. It seemed that much of the fauna of the third planet of Sol actually consumed other fauna, as in killed and devoured, including the sapient beings from that system called humans. This was not a mode of nutrition acquisition the GC had ever seen before. All known species consumed non-fauna for substance, but these brutal beings consumed each other. At first, it was decided to ignore this horrible system, but the humans were on the cusp of developing primitive interstellar travel. The GC determined it would be better to meet the humans on their own terms, so they made first contact. The humans did not eat the diplomats who came to negotiate with them, which was taken as a positive sign. It appeared there were at least some cultural rules in place governing this practice. In order to ease the introduction of humans into galactic society, the GC authorized one randomly selected human of the alternate appropriate age to attend one of their multi-species tertiary education facilities. It was Kate's first day. She still couldn't quite believe she had gotten picked. The aliens said it was random, and she figured it really must have been. She doubted they would have chosen a girl from rural Appalachia otherwise. But she was excited to start learning here. She watched a being with 3 eyes on stalks pass by, hugging the wall as it went, and she let out a low whistle. Definitely wouldn't see that at WVU. Even though she was a little scared, she was curious and hoped to meet some aliens soon. Maybe it was her imagination, but most of them seemed to be avoiding her. She rounded a corner in the dorm she had been assigned, spotted the number she looking for, and opened the door. A shriek greeted her. "I'm the one who has to room with the human!" At first, Kate thought her new roommate was excited. The universal translator seemed to struggle sometimes, conveying tone. But the creature, a furry creature that looked a little like a bipedal sheep backed into the wall, clearly terrified. Well, she never saw a sheep with 4 eyes or neck tentacles before. But the impression sort of stuck. "What's wrong, Rumi? I'm sure I'm probably a little weird to you, but you ain't exactly easy on the eyes neither." Don't eat me." Kate paused in confusion. "Okay, fine. I wasn't planning to." "You weren't?" "Nope. Unless you don't keep your side of the room clean." 4 eyes widened in horror. "Kidding. Kidding. Just joking. Why are you worried I'll eat you? That kind of thing happen often around here?" When a Xeno crewmate on board a human ship sustained a heavy injury, he was horrified when the resident medical officer pulled out a sewing kit. "You sick bastard," the soldier wheezed, as the human coldly evaluated his wounds, and so very plainly decided right in front of him to write him off as a casualty. His death might be certain, but the human didn't need to start preparing to steal and then repair his uniform as the highest priority. Not even worth the bullet to put them out of their misery first, like any other sapient would do in the face of an obviously mortal wound like that. "If I had any painkillers that worked on your species, I'd use them," the human told him. An excuse for why he was going to let the soldier die in agony, of course. And then the human stabbed the needle into the soldier's wounded side, showing off his species' infamous brutality, the legacy of their evolution on that overgreened, chaotic mess of a planet. The soldier screamed, of course. Somehow, the soldier survived his wounds. The human's malicious torture had accidentally squeezed his damaged blood vessels shut, keeping him from bleeding out, and denying the human the uniform he'd intended to claim. And yet another story joined the galaxy's rounds, warning all the other races of the terrifying sadism of the humans. It was horrific, really. How many sapients had survived to tell those tales of the infamous humans in their white coats and red crosses?